Well, I am so pleased to be here with three members of the Elias Quartet. Welcome, Simone, Donald, and Marie. So we
Thank
have
you.
Thank
Hi.
you.
viola, violin, and cello. And we've been looking forward to this Beethoven cycle for so long, and it's finally going to happen starting on March 28th at the Menil Collection. So thank you so much for taking the time. And where are all of you right now? Are you all in the UK or spread about?
I'm
I'm
the only
actually
one
in the,
that's in the
oh yeah,
UK. Yeah, I'm in London.
yeah, I'm in the Netherlands at the moment.
And I'm in Glasgow right now. So
So
we've actually just finished a patch of rehearsing and doing concerts together. The last time we saw each other was in Bilbao a few days ago, and now we're just getting a little bit of rest before we head to the States to play lots of Beethoven.
great. Well, we're super excited. And I guess the first question is just, the Beethoven String Quartet cycle, which is 16 or 17 quartets, depending on you how you count it with the grosse fugue, has such a special place in the repertoire. So just as quartet players, I mean, what is it about the Beethoven quartets that makes them so special for you?
I can answer for myself. Um, they have everything. Um, in this cycle, you have every emotion and feeling possible in the world, from like utter joy and fun and hilarity, like in maybe Opus 18 number 5 in the A major. I immediately think of the variation movement that has this absolutely wild, joyful explosion, and the fun of the last movement of that quartet, to the kind of profundity of some of his slow movements, particularly I'd say in the Opus 59s and the late quartets. But if you think of the cavatina, or the slow movement of 132, or the slow movement of 135, that middle section where it goes into minor and it's just utter despair. So for me, that's what's so special, is that in this body of work you have to search to find every single emotion possible.
And it covers such a span of Beethoven's lifetime. It's almost as though you live out an entire life in going through the entire cycle. And of course, in Houston, we're going to have this privilege, rare opportunity to actually hear the pieces in the order that they're written. And what is that transformation like from you? I mean, even just as Donald was mentioning, what happens to the variation form from Opus 18 until we get to the very end, where Beethoven returns to this idea of variation form, but it becomes like variations going inward instead of outward or something.
For me, it's really, that's one of the really incredible things, is you get to see Beethoven growing and kind of developing and finding himself, really, because although the Opus 18s are absolutely amazing, you do feel like he's trying to get out somehow. He's kind of creating genius within some constraints, which he completely does away with after. And that's actually quite represented in the variation form that you're talking about, because, first it's kind of constrained again to this form that was the tradition, and that was what was expected. And already he was being quite revolutionary with his early quartets. But then he just makes it his own, really, it seems, and uses it to say what he wants to say, rather than trying to make what he wants to say fit in, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, he finds his own voice in a kind of radical way over time.
Totally radical, and it seems like the sky is the limit, really. He just reinvents what the string quartet is, what the form is, and what is being said emotionally in a string quartet.
But even those 18, Opus 18, as you mentioned, and even those are already major statements.
They are, and there are a few examples where you really see the old Beethoven kind of peaking. I'm thinking of the slow movement of 18-1, for example, where that really feels like late Beethoven already. And everything else around it, actually, it doesn't need to be late Beethoven to be great. It's just so much, so bold. They're so bold. Beethoven is so bold. I think if there was one word to describe him, it would be that. In every sense of the word, he just goes so far in everything that he does.
And the virtuosity of them instrumentally. And then we get to the Opus 59, and that's where I think that's, you know, Beethoven's middle period. It's also like his dramatic period, right? Where the development sections and the drama just becomes so heightened. I think for so many people, the Opus 59 quartets are among their favorites because they seem to have everything.
One sentence is that I can't believe they're going to be in one concert in Houston. But yeah, go ahead, Simone.
No, I was exactly going to say that, but also to, you know, we're thinking to go through this cycle in Houston, and the first two concerts is only Opus 18, and then the third one suddenly these massive Opus 59s, and just he made already quite, it feels like quite a jump in between those, you know, from that to that, and then it will feel amazing, I think, to just suddenly have this massive, dramatic, as you say, expression going on. Yeah, I can't wait actually for the whole
Well, you
thing.
have, at least you have 2 days between those, right? So we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Monday and Tuesday, we cover the Opus 18, which are also incredibly virtuosic for the first violinist. Sarah may be off practicing right now.
Probably.
And then Wednesday and Thursday you get to recover, and then Friday we move downtown to the wonderful Zilkha Hall, which is actually a new hall for you guys. I don't think you've played there yet, and it's just fantastic. We just had the Cremona Quartet there, and they absolutely adored the hall. So let's see. Any other thing to say that you're looking forward to? We're just so happy to have you back. We feel like you're really part of the DACAMERA family, and we're looking forward to fun times around the concerts as well.
Yeah, I think just this shared experience of all going through it together. We're so used to, as a touring ensemble, meeting a different audience. If you know, traveling, new audience, traveling, new audience, and I'm really looking forward to that feeling of feeling at home. And you know, after the first concert, we're going to be walking on and seeing the same audience again, and I think that's just yeah, something to be really cherished. And I look forward to meeting the audience and having conversations with them, and kind of really just all throwing ourselves and immersing ourselves in the world of these amazing pieces.
That's great. Yeah, I think for all of us, it's going to be this voyage that we're going on together, and I can't wait. Okay, well, thanks so much. Have really safe travels and great concerts before you get to us on March 28th.
Thank you.
So looking
you.
forward.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so looking
Thanks.
forward.
Bye.
Thanks so much.